Well, Singapore's Foreign Affairs Minister Vivian Balakrishnan has told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that his military response in Gaza has gone too far. While the Israelis may not listen, he says that Singapore must keep engaging with them and others in the Middle East and help where it can. Dr. Balakrishnan has been in Israel to meet Mr Netanyahu, the Israeli President Isaac Herzog, as well as other leaders. Sherlyn Seah with this report from Jerusalem.
In his meetings with the Israeli leaders, Singapore Foreign Affairs Minister Vivian Balakrishnan says there's been a clear divergence of views, even amid agreement that Hamas's attack on 7 October was a clear act of terror.
Where we have a difference with Israel particularly, and that's why the discussions today have been, I would say, candid, frank, sometimes even brutal if need be. Where we have a difference is we believe that the Israeli military response has now gone too far. And I've communicated that both to the Prime Minister and to the Foreign Minister and to the other Israelis whom we have met.
But he knows that the Israelis will not listen due to what he calls a profound trauma and impact of 7 October on them.
There are some messages that they are not ready to listen to, and they will not accept. Nevertheless, because our relationship with Israel has been long enough, and I would say close enough, that I told the Prime Minister we have to be honest. And we need to tell our Israeli friends when we have a divergence. And to be fair, I mean, they hear us out, but it will not change their plans. I still hope that there will be an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. I hope the hostages will be released, but I don't know how close or when that will occur.
Dr. Balakrishnan was asked about Israel's planned assault on Rafah, the last refuge in Gaza for more than 1 million displaced people, and where Israel believes Hamas militants are holed up. He says he told Mr Netanyahu that Singapore is deeply concerned about the significant impact the offensive will have on civilians.
He is accountable to his people, and he will also be accountable for the consequences. So, I mean, we must have a realistic appreciation for what we can do. We've stated our position. We have done what we can on humanitarian assistance. We stand ready to do more.
Ultimately, Dr. Balakrishnan says Singaporeans need to understand the importance of diplomatic engagements across the board, and that Singapore cannot afford to sit, duck and cover, while also conveying its position accurately. He says such conversations must continue, both in peacetime and in war.
We need to continue to engage all parties. We need to continue to be credible, constructive, helpful. I think our humanitarian assistance has been noted and welcomed by all parties, including the Israelis, and we will focus on doing more to help where we can. But don't have unrealistic expectations that peace will somehow quickly descend on this very troubled land.
And on Singapore's approach, Dr. Balakrishnan has reiterated the need to always engage all parties in the Middle East. So next up on his agenda, he and the Singapore delegation will travel to various Gulf states to meet their leaders and discuss with them the consequences of the Israel-Hamas conflict on the region, as well as what arrangements could be helpful for when the situation settles down. Sherlyn Seah, CNA, Jerusalem.